How did I make this Glossier product animation in Blender? First step is to take a bunch of reference images so that you can get the right size, and then you line it up and you make sure that it's all the same size. So I've taken a bunch of different angles. I will also just use a lot of cylinders here. Like, you can kind of tell from looking at this that you can make this with cylinders. Like, it's generally like a cylindrical shape, and then with a bit of extruding, you can make your dreams happen here. And then your next step is to add in some materials. So this is a really basic material. Actually, all it is just a glass BSDF straight into the surface, but a little tip that I use to make things look extra snazzy is I make sure that in render settings and then light paths that we are on full global illumination. If we put it onto like default, like you can see that you have these darker spots that just don't really look that ideal. But if you change it into full global illumination, it suddenly looks so much better. Okay, so then we're doing the animations. So I've pre-planned my animations. This is what I wrote down for planning my animation. Like, this is literally all we've got going for me here. Yeah, like, you know, I really like a spin. I really love a spin and a zoom, so I knew that I wanted to do something with that. My goal here was also to kind of show that we can solve problems through 3D animation. Like, you know, I want to show, like, you know, we have 32 new shades, and they also know how to use the product. Like, how do you show all these things? Yeah, so then I will do the animations in Blender. So I have a couple separate files for these ones, and then I brought it all into After Effects. So a lot of the editing here was done in After Effects. I feel like it looked a little bit mediocre coming out of Blender, so I edited all my frames up in After Effects to make them look really poppin'. And then I will like add music in Premiere Pro and things like this, and then we're done. So I think the hardest part of this project was probably coming up with the actual animations. I feel like modeling was relatively easy, but I did have like a moment of panic when I was making this, that I wasn't really ideating things that were interesting enough. But I think that in the end it turned out pretty fun. Yeah, look, that's how I made that project. I feel like I did have a moment of panic. I had a moment of panic because this is my first time doing like a makeup one. I really want to do more. I was a bit like, oh my gosh, like what if this doesn't look good? But I feel really satisfied with the final outcome, and I feel like that happens at the start of like almost every project. If it's something that I haven't kind of almost exactly done before, I'm like, oh my god, like, can I do this? And you know, the pre-project stress, it's definitely real, but you know, we did it.